We're likely looking at the last game of the Vikings 2023 NFL season. I am not shy, or I have not been shy about this at all. I am Team Tank, damn it. I want the ninth pick in the draft if everything works out. Team, they're not good enough to make it to the playoffs, or even if they make it to the playoffs, they're not good enough to win a playoff game. I don't want to see them in the playoffs. I want the better draft pick. And if you want to say that makes me a fake fan, fine. I have no shame about it whatsoever. But with this likely being the last game of the season, the last live stream of the regular season, I just wanted to say I've said this hopefully every stream. I know I've said it most streams, but again, man, I appreciate you guys out there that have been supporting the channel, whether it's the last couple of weeks or the last couple of years or from the beginning. It means a lot to me, man. And I'm not really big into Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'll post stuff on there here and there, but I wanted to make sure that I showed love to the people that show love to me. And I figured, what better way of doing that than getting on for 3.5 hours every game day or night and doing a live stream and talking with you guys and reacting to what it is that you're saying in real time. So for those that have stuck around for this long, I appreciate you. But I want the better draft pick. We can get into who they should draft, as Brian K is saying, draft Penix. Sure, why not? We'll certainly get into that, but I want the better draft pick. Give the Vikings a better opportunity to trade up if they choose to do so. Certainly a lot better going up to the 4th spot that's held by Arizona, at least right now anyway, from 9 versus from pick 12. But we'll get into all that fun stuff. I saw that this is the end of the Zach Wilson era within the New York Jets organization, and that they're going to put him on the trading block. Let's just get this out the way, because any player that's available, it's commonplace to say, oh, should the Vikings go after him? No. And to be honest, man, he has a lot of talent. He really does. Coming out of BYU, I saw why he was the second pick overall, a former second pick overall. But I just think that the mind bleep that he went through with the Jets, especially this year, they benched him and then brought him back, and it's just been a whirlwind that kind of like Josh Rosen out of UCLA when he got drafted by the Cardinals, and then immediately the year after got traded to the Miami Dolphins. That I just don't know if he can recover his confidence, Zach Wilson. So no, even for a backup role, I mean, I guess it's not going to be the end of the world, but having to give up a draft asset, even if it's a 7th or 6th round pick, I'd rather take my chances with that 6th or 7th round pick, because I just don't think he'll get that confidence back ever. He had a lot of talent, man. So good. T-Fall, sign Mariota, and start running the spread offense. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter who your backup quarterback is, but are you saying sign Mariota as the starting quarterback for next year and let Kirk go? Matt Alex says, you streaming games next year? Yes, that's going to be a main staple on this channel. This wasn't a one-time thing. I had so much fun doing it this year, but yes, that will continue into next season and beyond. Mr. Pink, most top QB picks are busts. Well, to be fair, trying to figure out the quarterback position at the next level, going from college to pros, I think is the most difficult thing to analyze in all of sports. Well, baseball, that's a whole different scenario, but outside of that, I think quarterback is the toughest job, evaluating that position. Even the best minds, Mel Kiper, Todd McShay, every draft guru that you can think of, they can't get it right. Not with that position, not consistently anyway. I mean, look at Bryce Young. And to be fair, he doesn't have everything going for him in Carolina. He's got a crappy offensive line, maybe the worst in the league. He has a terrible owner that is knee jerk with all football decision makers. Fired Frank Reich after what, 10 games? The GM, he either got fired or I think I saw a report that he's going to get fired. But Bryce Young, he was the consensus #1 overall pick. He's the guy. Even me, I said, man, if we can get Bryce Young, that'd be dope. But all of the outside issues aside, you look at Bryce Young this year, and he's not there. He's just not there. I don't think he has any sense of pocket awareness. He doesn't have receivers that can get open. Adam Thielen had a decent year. Good for him. But quarterback is just really just tough to figure out. That I don't think it matters if they're a top pick or a mid-round pick. It doesn't matter. More often than not, you're going to mess up on that, I feel. Jake says, there's no reason not to play Seam, Booth, and Asamoah today. Amen. In fact, I know that Jefferson is only but so many yards away from 1,000 yards. I honestly would not play any of our key starters. I wouldn't. I saw Jefferson just now on the screen. He's got his visor on and everything. He's going to play. I wouldn't play any of these dudes. I wouldn't play Jefferson, Addison, Christian Darrisaw. None of these dudes. It's not worth it. Even with a 5% chance of making the playoffs, it's over. It's done. Tank season is here for one game. Watch the Vikings ball out too. watch they just crush it and win. And we're like, yay, they did it. All right, that's going to cost you another second-round pick to trade up. Smithers said pride. Yeah. Is that a playoff Waylon Smithers from The Simpsons? I like it. Justin Shipman, if Madison doesn't get a touchdown today, it will be the first time in team history that our starting running back has not scored a rushing touchdown. That's wild, man. In fact, let's look up exactly how many starts he has this season. Now, I know that Ty Chandler, he's taken over in the last couple of games, but I mean, he has, as a starting running back, 676 yards. Unbelievable. As far as starts, he's played in 15 games. He has 13 starts. Not a nail rushing touchdown to his name. That's wild. Cam Akers has a touchdown. He got hurt. Ty Chandler has a rushing touchdown. And he's only started. This is his what? This will be his third start. Ty Chandler. Crazy. Jake says, hold up, is Dobbs or Pick Mullins starting today? Pick Mullins is starting today. It has been announced. Jaron Hall will be the inactive emergency quarterback. Which, don't get me started down that road again. Yeah, Jefferson, he's suited up. He's going to play. obviously I want the pick, but also just as equally as important is that nobody gets hurt, especially none of the key players. Just everybody stays healthy. Coburg says we have to trade Madison or just cut him. I don't care what we get. He needs to go. Well, no one's going to trade for him. I can tell you that right now. But for S&Gs, let me take a look at his contract and see what the ramifications are from that. And we'll get into more detail as far as the cap and what they have going for them next year and beyond, especially with Kirk Cousins, his dead cap hits. But if you were to release him, oh boy, it's going to be a $4 million dead cap hit. You're going to save $600,000. You could do a post June 1st cut, which case you'll take a dead cap hit of $1.25 million, save almost $3.5 million. So you could use that as money for a player with an extension or a pay bump of some sort. But pre-June 1st, nah, it's not going to happen. T-Fall says, just let Dobbs play. Maybe we get another Linsanity run. Well, in order to have another Linsanity run, you need more than one game. And that ship has sailed. Ron says, Packers fan here. Oh, no, Packers fan showed up after the embarrassment last week. Ron says, Packers fan here. Enjoy your show. Vikings should bring back Cousins and draft a quarterback in the first round. Let that rookie quarterback get 2 years of prep prior to starting. Do it the Packer way. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, Ron. I was thinking that this is the time in the Packers era that they're finally going to know what it's like for every other team that goes through quarterback issues. You got lucky with Favre. You got lucky with Aaron Rodgers. There's no way in hell that Jordan Love can keep that train going. And he looks good, man. And clearly, whatever it is that you guys are doing, Aaron Rodgers sat behind Favre. Love sat behind Rodgers. That could be the play. Sit behind Kirk Cousins or another veteran quarterback that you want to bring in. That might be the way to go, especially if you don't get a guy that's – if Jaden Daniels is available, I think he's a day one starter. Anything after that, Penix, McCarthy, I would prefer to go that route, to be honest, Ron. Thanks for watching, man. Appreciate you. David says, deep breaths, Randy. Hey, I'm chilling. Deep breaths for what? We good. Now, if they watch, they end up winning this game. Man. Hank Hill says, you act like the 9th pick makes a difference. It could be 5th, 9th, or 15th. If you don't know how to draft, then it doesn't matter. That I agree with. But at the same time, higher is better, just traditionally. I agree that just because you pick high, it doesn't mean that's going to be a shoe-in pick. You've got plenty of examples of guys that were late-round picks that turned out to be great. Stephon Diggs, for example, Tom Brady, Hines Ward. You can go down that list forever. I get it. At the same time, when it comes to the quarterback position and drafting, what have the Vikings done lately that suggests that anything they do will be right? And that's with any regime. And the thing is, we've been in the middle of the pack in the 20s or the late teens. Hell, they drafted Christian Ponder high. He was what, the 12th pick overall? I get it. I'm not dismissing that, Hank Hill. Love your show, by the way. But at the same time, it puts you in a better spot. All right, fine. The ninth pick, you don't see anybody that's worth it. It still allows you, if you want to trade down, collect more assets, in which case, just that base level, the ninth pick is totally worth it. More than the 12. Travis says, embrace the tank and do whatever it takes to get Penix Jr. All right. I'm open to it. As I said before, earlier last week, I'm legit open to any quarterback player that the Vikings draft outside of Bo Nix. Anybody else, I'm good. Jonathan says, stop with the ponder PTSD. I mean, those that are not aware of history are doomed to repeat it. And I think, honestly, the reason why Ponder got drafted so high is not because of his level of play, but just because he was smart. He was book smart. With all those dumbass pre draft tests and questionnaires they give players, where they just don't even care about the film of their college career. It's just, oh, they impressed us so well in when we did the interview and the Wonderlic and all that crap. Watch the tape. I think all of that pre-draft stuff. If you, I mean, an interview could be okay, I guess, but honestly, watch the tape. That's all you need. The combine, the Wonderlic, all these tests and drills and pro days and all that. It doesn't matter, man. Watch the tape. Everything you need to know about the player that you're possibly interested in drafting, is on his college film. That's the only thing that matters. All this other stuff is sprinkles. But yet, GMs, front office executives, they get blown away by stuff not related to the film, where they jump higher than what their film shows. And conversely, you got guys out here that are super talented, but maybe can't put a couple of sentences together. And because of that, well, you know what? They drop down. I don't know. They just don't. I don't know if they'll fit our culture. And it's what? You're thinking too hard. Kickoff is up. It's going to be a touchback. Lions are going to start this game on offense. Mr. Thomas says, assets. You drafted Lewis Cine. That's another thing. We talk about, well, the ninth pick doesn't matter, as Hank Hill pointed out earlier. Well, you took Lewis Cine with the 32nd overall pick in 2022. Doesn't matter where you pick. But all things being equal, you want the higher pick. First down, handoff to Montgomery. Jordan Hicks is there, as well as Josh Metellus. It's going to be about a 2 or 3 yard gain. Tried to look for a graphic for a tank just to have, kind of like the touchdown graphic I do, but I couldn't find one. I couldn't make one in time. But I'm Team Tank up in this piece. Second down, play action, Metellus blitzing. Oh! Almost got there. Goff had to escape, throws it out. That's going to be incomplete. Third down. Jack Miller says, how exactly do we make the playoffs? I forgot. We make the playoffs by obviously winning this game and then everybody else losing. Like, we need help from like 3 teams. 3 different games today. Playoffs. I don't want to think about playoffs. I just want the draft pick. Hey, that's going to be an incompletion forced by Josh Metellus. I think that pass was intended for Sam Laporta. Big play on third down. Maybe got away with a little tug there. So now they're going to punt. That's going to be 3 and out. And taking their sweet ass time. The punt is up. Nice punt. Brandon Powell to receive. That's a nice punt. Jeez Louise. Oh my God. That ball's going to be down inside the 10. Just inside the 10. Wow. Great punt. Julia says, watch us win this game for no reason. That's what I think is going to happen. What you need to happen with the Vikings always goes the opposite way. In the most crucial moments, just need this. Vikings. They're like, no, sirree, Bob. 1st and 10, Nick Mullins under center. Just please, nobody get hurt. Play action. Roll out, Josh Oliver. Jumps over the would-be tackler. I think he gets brought down exactly at the line to gain. He takes himself out of the game, or at least out of this drive for a play. I mean, that's a whew. Woo! Was that Alex Anzalone? No, that wasn't, because I don't see the hair. Man, that was like a body slam. WWE would be proud. Got him midair and just slammed him. Full body weight. 1st and 10, handoff, Ty Chandler. Gets about 3.5 yards. Just nobody get hurt, please. There's just so many positions that has to be addressed this offseason, man. I've been looking at the cap and everything. I've got a lot to say about it in due time. 2nd and 7. Ty Chandler gets out right. Hey, breaks the tackle, gets a 1st down. Hank Hill wants to go to the playoffs. I respect it. Whatever your views are on the Vikings, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I strongly disagree. I want the 9th pick, but I respect it. 1st and 10. Got doubles on your left, plus Johnny Munt. It was a little sloppy start. I think that was a false start. I think someone on the right side moved. I want to say Ed Ingram, or it could have been Kessenberry. I'm not sure. They're not going to point out who it was. Okay. Jack Miller, Chandler, well overdue starter. I think there are some things in his game that he needs to improve on, such as pass protection, if he is going to be a true RB1. But at the very least, worst case scenario, he's a very good RB2 on a championship team. Earl says your favorite penalty, delay of game. That was a delay of game, that penalty earlier. So it wasn't a false start? Or are you guys ahead of me? Let me see this. To where this upcoming play is a delay of game. 2nd and 10. So it must have been earlier. Yep. Gets it off to KJ Osborne over the middle. Left hash for about 6. We got 3rd down. 3rd and 4. You got now, trips right, ball snaps, pressure's coming, throws it, intended for KJ Osborne. Instead, goes into the Vikings locker room. Sven says Mullins suck. No, not today. We need that level of play. Keep on doing what you've been doing, Nick Mullins, baby. Forget that. Keep doing what you've been doing. Let's get that 9th pick. Now, I'm cheering that ish today. Punt is up. Ooh, pressure was coming. Nice punt by Ryan Wright. Missed tackle. Oh, boy, this is going to be a big return. Oh, this is... Oh, boy. Oh, it's still not tackled. Oh, my God. Khalif Raymond gets to the where? What, the 35? He gets to the 35. Yep. Just past it. Close to the 30. Hey, what more could you want? Are you not entertained? Bad Mullins pass. Big return. After a great punt by Ryan Wright. Hey, we in the driver's seat, baby. Let's do this. Nick A says, lose, lose, lose. Draft pick, draft pick, draft pick. Let's go. I want the pick. Let's see what they do here. Nick Mullins. Wow. Vikings 1-5 in their last 6 games. It's been a tough year, man. It's one of those years where I'm just like, man, I'm already looking forward to next year because this was such an up and down season, a wave of emotions. Jared says, I love your content here many weeks, but I can't. Yeah, you're a loyal follower, Jared. Here many weeks, but I can't listen to this rooting against our team all day. LOL later, fellas. That's your right. See you on the other side. But I do appreciate you, Jared. Nick A, Randy, who's your top college quarterback? You know, if you had asked me this 2 or 2.5 months ago, I would have said Caleb Williams, easy. But quite honestly, I think the production never really, at least for this season, never really matched the hype. If you remember, they were saying this is the greatest prospect since Andrew Luck. And I'm saying, well, the greatest prospect since Andrew Luck was Trevor Lawrence. Like, that was the guy where you have to draft him. But even still, it just didn't really live up to the hype, in my opinion. I would say, quite honestly, right now, Drake May. Yeah. I think Drake May is the most pro-ready quarterback, a plug-and-play guy. He is the system that he can fit into whatever it is that you want. Drake May, man, I think he's the best prospect in this draft at that position. Play action, Goff throws it deep left. Amon-Ra St. Brown. He may have stepped out of bounds earlier, but either way, it's a big play. Wide open. There we go, baby. That's a zone coverage. Caleb Evans had to come from inside of the field. That's just a sloppy play. And they in the red zone already. Great punt return. Big play on first down. Red zone. Bam. Empty set. Throws a quick out. Amon-Ra St. Brown, great blocking out left. Jordan Hicks gets to him, but it's after they get a first down. That's going to set up, I believe, first and goal, depending on where they mark it at. Jack says, I feel so bad for Harrison Smith. He's got a big cap number next year. This is it. I think this is the last game you see of 22. So it's going to be first and goal. He had that great game against Carolina, but that's about it. Jordan Hicks may have gotten away with a face mask there, but Montgomery gets about 3 yards on that run. James Harris says, why is Evan playing? Caleb Evans playing? Well, it's a combination of Byron Murphy Jr. not being healthy enough to play, and our cornerback depth sucks. That's why he's playing. He's the best of what we have left. Play action. I think that's Sam Laporta. It is. That's going to be a touchdown, Detroit. 9th pick. Here we come. Oh, snap. All right, we look at that play again. Wow. It's funny because Metellus was the only guy out there, but it looked like he was going to blitz, but that was a play action, so maybe he fell for the run. But he was the only man out there that could have done anything. And that's how you end up with a wide open Sam Laporta. Touchdown Lions. It's going to be 7-0 Detroit. That's crazy, man. But, and in typical Vikings fashion, you know what's going to happen? They're going to turn things around. They're going to have a great speech in the huddle. Say, we can do this. Do it for everybody. The teacher that said that you'll never amount to nothing. And they're going to show up and win this game 28-24 Vikings. I bet you that's what's going to happen. Because this is going way too perfectly right now. Team Tank up in this piece. Melanie says, do it for the dreamers. We don't want football players. We want dreamers that are dreaming all the dreams that could possibly be dreamt. Cody says, don't curse us, Randy. Nah, I'm not cursing anything. I root for this team, and they still do dumb stuff. M. Sullivan says, 9th pick, here we come. Yeah, looks that way. Justin says, was Laporta eligible? Can we check? That's the Lions really did get screwed last week. That's crazy. I mean, seeding in play, all the things. Excuse me. Don says, Mannion. Is he still on? No, he's not on the practice squad anymore. He's with Seattle, right? Last I checked. I don't know if he's on their practice squad or their active roster. I can't remember, but if I'm not mistaken, he's back with the Seattle Seahawks. He seems to rotate between the Vikings and Seattle every year. T Lane says, y'all trust this team to draft a quarterback? To be honest, no. But I feel like what choice do we have but to say, hopefully this time they don't screw it up, right? That's all we have to work with. I mean, you can go back and check the tape at the time of that 2022 draft, and they traded down 20 spots and got a garbage ass return and took a player in Lewis Seen with Jordan Davis there, Kyle Hamilton there. I mean, that's a bad start to your job, but hopefully he learned from it. Play action, pressure's coming. Nick Mullins is sacked by Jack Campbell. Hopefully he learned from it. So do I trust him? No. But I'm not going into the draft saying, oh, they're going to screw this up. I'm not doing that. I mean, he drafted Jordan Addison, made the Hawkinson trade. He's done some good things. But the bad so far is outweighing the good. But this is the year. This is the third year of any new regime. It's the year where you can find out, are these the guys for the long haul? 2nd and 19, handoff to Madison, gets a yard, flag is out almost immediately from the snap, which suggests to me a false start. But then again, they let that play continue. They would have blown the whistle. They would have blown the whistle dead if it was false start. So I don't know. It's false start, so they let the play happen. Mark says Hawkinson trade wasn't good. Okay. Well, if that's your view, then in that case, you think even less of Kwesi Adofo-Mensah than I do. I mean, I think it was a good trade. It worked out. Now, early on, it wasn't hot. Did have a case of dropping passes, but before he got hurt, he was putting it on. 3rd and 17, dump off to Madison out left. That's going to be 3 and out. Punt the ball. And that's it for that drive. All right, let's check scores around the league. Let's on the voyage for the 9th pick. What's going on? So Atlanta is beating New Orleans. Actually, let me bring up another screen here for the standings. Punt is up. Raymond gets it to their own, just past their own 35. Games around the league. So you need New Orleans to lose. You need Seattle to lose. No. My gosh. Excuse me. I need the whole league. That's what I need. Not the conference. Looking at the playoffs. Okay. Bear with me here. NFL. Okay, here we are. So ahead of you is Vegas, Chicago, and Atlanta. Atlanta is winning. They're beating the Saints right now, 7-0. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Who else is ahead of you? Vegas. I'm guessing they don't play till later because they're a late game team. Yeah, they're not playing right now. And then the Bears, they don't play till later. They play Green Bay. But Atlanta so far is winning. They've got the 9th spot right now. DM says, LOL, y'all rooting for a loss while still needing other teams to lose to gain the 9th pick. This page is for sorry bums. DM, respectfully, what else are we supposed to do, bro? Huh? We've been rooting for this team to win like everybody else this season, and they've been sucking ass. So now, the only thing we do have going for us is, all right, get a higher draft pick. The hell I look like still being like, yay! Yay, team! Woo! Get the participation trophy for no reason! Which piece of the ground did you just walk on so I can kiss it? I've been kissing this team's ass all year! And what has it amounted to? Like, what? We all been here just saying, all right, come on, Vikings, let's go. And all they've done is slap us in the face. And now, when there's virtually nothing left to play for, except for a better chance in the draft, something for the future. Oh, this page is for nothing but bums. Man, please. Okay. 1st and 10, handoff to Jahmyr Gibbs. like what? Like what is this, Little Giants? Win this game because you believe in yourselves? Like, what are we doing here? Biker Bud says, Randy, now we know what your voice sounded like before puberty. Yeah. Whenever I talk Vikings, 2nd and 8 gets it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Whenever I talk Vikings, I mean, this has gone back to my college days. I just get so amped up and so excited naturally. I love sports. I love my teams. That squeak starts to dial up. But I think that's a first down for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Somebody else said put on the Sean Mannion hat. Yeah, I'll do it. Why not? 1st and 10. Shotgun. Goff surveys the field. Gets it off. Sam Laporte's out left. That was another thing, too, I wanted to mention, because I'm learning the ins and outs of trying to make sure it's not a horrible experience for you guys, this live stream. Whenever I did get excited, as Biker Bud says, my voice sounded like puberty, now that you know, is that earlier in the year when I was doing live streams and I'd get excited and start screaming and yelling and all that stuff, that the microphone would go out. Hopefully that hasn't been an issue since. Handoff to Jahmyr Gibbs. That's going to be no gain. Hopefully that hasn't been an issue. I adjusted the settings, but if that has still been an issue, I will continue to work on it. Because I've done a lot of screaming these last couple of weeks. Beeble says Sheriff Randy for governor. Darn tootin'. 3rd and 1. Ball snaps. You got Jahmyr Gibbs open. He passed it to Sam Laporta instead, and that's going to be incomplete. Now, do they go for it? We'll see. But you had Jahmyr Gibbs out left. And it looks like they're going to go for it. Goff under center. It's a long 1 yard away, but they're going for it. Jahmyr Gibbs does just enough to get a first down. Joker Nation, people should stop telling anybody how to be a fan of any team. Amen. My God. I'm with you. The Vikings fan police is strong. You're not a real fan. Like, what? What are we talking about? Do whatever I want. Just like anybody else can do whatever they want. Root for your team however you decide to do it. All right, they're bringing out the sticks to measure. And, oh, it's going to be close. I think, yep, that's going to be a first down. Just the nose tip. Oh, wait, no. There's a chain, actually 2 chain links. All right, they gave it a first down, but based off of that spot, that's a bad call. I do agree that he got a first down watching it in real time, but that spot where they got it at, and when you could see the measurement, there was 2 chain links in between the football and the line to gain. That's crazy. First and 10. Play action. You got a man deep over the middle. He goes deep left. And that's going to be a touchdown. Detroit. But he's not celebrating. No, he is celebrating. Okay, they're good. Or are they going to say that's not a touchdown? Are they going to say that Khalif Raymond went out of bounds? Josh Metellus got, yeah, that's embarrassing. But that's too bad. Caught it. Oh, he went out of bounds. Okay, yeah. Woo! I mean, just straight footwork. That's a nice play, man. Yeah, he went out of bounds. Okay, so he went out around the 3-yard line. That's where they're going to set up here. First and goal. Pitch out right. Jahmyr Gibbs. He's got the room, got the blockers. That's going to be a touchdown. We'll make sure the extra point is good before I update the score. But as it stands, looking at a 14-0 lead for Detroit. It's funny. I hate pitches. I hate pitch runs so much. And I just watched my team get scored on by one. Is that no good? That's why. I'm like, let's make sure. All right. So instead of 14-0, 13-0 game. Detroit over Minnesota. All right. We'll see what the offense does after this. This will be the Vikings' 3rd offensive possession for the game. Lawrence Thomas, do you think the team gave up on KOC? I don't know. I wouldn't go that far. They've just been a bad team. They're not a good team. They're 1-5 in their last 6. They've had some very winnable games that they have absolutely choked away. But I don't know that they've given up on the coach. I don't know. I have no idea. I need some direct quotes from players or some reporting from insiders to suggest that before I go down that road. I have no idea. Because quite honestly, I would love to work for a guy like Kevin O'Connell. I mean, he looks past all my flaws. I'll never get in trouble. Like all the things. I don't know. Shane said, loving the laid back nature today. We don't need this win. Where's my cowboy hat? I'm in Arizona and I don't have one. You're in Arizona and you don't have a cowboy hat? Shame on you, Shane. Shame. Shame. I'm just kidding. I heard in the wintertime, like Arizona, it's cold out there right now, even in the desert. Travis giving us a score update. Atlanta up on New Orleans 14-7. See how much time is left in that game. You are correct. Still a little over 4 minutes left in the first quarter, so of course anything can happen. But so far, everything's going according to plan. Jake's Jake says this is really our best effort. Go home, you bums. Kickoff. Kane Wangu gets just past the 20. Like, this is a tough one, man. Travis also says Jacksonville is going to get knocked out the playoffs again. Do you think they're not going to make it? Is this a must-win game for them? I think it is. Right now, they're down 3-7 to Tennessee. I'm pretty sure right now they're outside looking in. As on 1st and 10, pitch right, Ty Chandler. Wow, great play. He gets, man, about 14 yards right there. One, two, three, four. Yeah, Jacksonville right now, they are the 8th seed. Like, they have to win today. Oh, boy. Yikes. Handoff, Ty Chandler. Wow! Another big play by him. Gets 11 right there, but there's a flag on the play. See, beyond looking, they're going to call holding. That's tough. Number 56, so that's on Bradbury. Beyond those that are rooting for the 9th pick, lose this game to get a better draft pick. Something else to look forward to in this game, worthwhile watching, is just crucial reps for players that are going to be factors next year, i.e. Ty Chandler. He's having a pretty good game so far. Play action. And pressure's there. Mullins throws it to the dirt. May have gotten away with a intentional grounding. But so far, I don't see a flag. The refs are having a conference right now. Let's see what they do. Yep, intentional grounding. I was like, it's close. All right. Edwin says, do you know what's up with Darrisaw? He's been bad. Was he the one that gave up that pressure too? Oh, yeah, dude. You gave up your whole edge. The whole edge. That was Matt Khalil bad right there. That was so bad. This is the worst time for him to look bad. And he gave up like 2 sacks against Green Bay last week. A couple of penalties as well. Throws it deep. Wow, that's a great play. Very athletic catch and run by Johnny Munt. Great throw by Nick Mullins. But wow, that's impressive. And stayed on his feet afterward. Hey, man, I want the 9th pick. Still do, but that's just great football. Nice. 1st and 10. Got out of the jam. Was getting sacked, but got the ball off, got the pass off in time. They're going to rule it incomplete. Richard says, oh, saying that I left out the play. No, I didn't. I described it. I did describe it. Johnny Munt ran down the seam, jumped up for the ball, had to leap for it. Nice bullet pass with just enough air under it by Nick Mullins. And Munt stayed on his feet, got the first down. I broke it down. Minnesota boy says, 9th pick ain't fixing this team. Well, you got to start somewhere. Handoff, Ty Chandler makes something out of nothing, gets 3 yards there. You see that show? I think it's on A&E, The Hoarders, where the cameras, they go into the house and it's just an absolute mess. And it's like, hey, you got to start somewhere, man. All the soda cans and cardboard boxes, work on that first, little by little. We're on a commercial break. I don't even know what the hell just happened. Vikings fan 123 says, just like Nick Mullins throws interceptions, can you throw a shout out for me? Vikings fan 123! Thanks for being on this live stream. Jay Gamble says, Jefferson 0 targets. You know what? Good. I don't need any risk of injury for this guy. He shouldn't even be playing in this game. I don't want to nobody needs to get hurt. Josh Oliver, is he back in the game? He took himself out, that one catch he had. Is he back in? We don't need any of that stuff. All right, fine. He doesn't get 1,000 yards. Who cares? The man missed 7 games. Steve says Jim Stapleton, owner of the year. Could have had Jim Harbaugh. But I don't want to. I honestly, I don't want to. I've said pretty much all I've needed to say about KOC up to this point. I don't want to keep harping on that, but that is something that we are going to look back on when this thing is all said and done, as far as this era of the Vikings, to say, was that the right decision or not? Dan says, I hate this. I'd rather coach this team and play quarterback than watch this, only if it's as easy as Madden. Score updates. Atlanta still up 14-7. They're about to start the second quarter. False start. False start. I don't even know who that was, but clearly that was a false start. Justin says, Washington or Michigan, who you got for tomorrow, Randy? I honestly just want to watch a good game. Not to bitch out of your question and to give you an answer of just like, well, I just want to see, as long as both teams are having fun, I'm okay. I just want to see a good game. I think the playoff committee got it right. I know Florida State, they went undefeated, but not having Jordan Travis is a big deal. They get it to Justin Jefferson. Just go down. Don't fight. Oh, my God. The way that he went down. Get up. That was his right leg just straightened out, trying to fight for more yards. See, that's he got up. He's fine, but stuff like that just scares me. I don't have a rooting interest in tomorrow's game. I think whoever wins is going to be good for college football. Fourth and 6, they're going for it. Why not? You got doubles on both sides. And he surveys the field. I mean, he had good protection. We'll see if he gets it. He gets it. I think he did enough. Excuse me. Yeah, Yeah, he got a first down. He put everything on the line there, Nick Mullins. There's a penalty on Detroit, too. I don't know for what. Illegal contact. Oh, okay. So Holden Jefferson can't do that. Woo! Took a shot to the ribs, too. He got it. First and 10. Ball in Detroit's territory. Handoff, Madison, pitch back. Mullins throws it deep. Just out the reach for Jordan Addison. He got a hand on it, but let's see that again. That would have either been a touchdown or right at the 1. So it looks like Addison slowed down there a bit. Maybe he had to. Actually, no, he shouldn't. The way that he had to leap forward, he shouldn't have slowed down. I would say that's a good throw by Nick Mullins. That just didn't work out. Second and 10, they hand it off to Madison, who fights for about 4 yards. Jefferson's back out there. Don't play him. Why is he suited up? Jonathan Fisher says Addison screwed that. I would agree with that. Because I was just saying maybe it was a bit underthrown, but the way that after Addison slowed down that he still had to leap forward for it, he should have stayed on his stride. And he didn't. So, and he still got a hand on it. And Christian Darrisaw gives up a sack. But I don't even... So that's going to be counted against Christian Darrisaw. He's been bad the last 2 games. But that right there, that's an example. Nick Mullins all game long has just been standing in the pocket. Now, there's a penalty on Detroit, so I guess that sack's not going to matter. Holding on Brian Branch. But all game long, Nick Mullins has been just deer in the headlights in the pocket, just standing there. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I love that name, bro. That's awesome. Says, why does Mullins look like he is panicking? Because he is. I mean, that was the criticism towards Jaron Hall as far as why he got benched. Nick Mullins can do the same thing and keep playing. Can't make this up. He is panicking. He's had good protection for the most part, I would say. But there's been just a lot of times where he just falls back and runs outside the pocket when he doesn't have to. As Skylar points out, Mullins thinks he can hold the ball for a week. He's chilling. What down is it? First and 10. And they're approaching the red zone. Play action. Throws it deep over the middle to Jefferson. Please go down. Just go down. Just go down. Go down. Dear God. Stop doing all this stuff. Just go down. Face Tattoo says Bo Nix will be worse than Christian Ponder. I agree. Bro, anytime I see the Vikings in a mock draft taking Bo Nix, it just makes me want to throw up. This man is a yards after the catch merchant. And yet people still think he's going to be this great thing. I think at best he's worth a 3rd round pick. But I wouldn't want the Vikings to take. Well, the Vikings, I don't think they have a 3rd round pick anyway. I wouldn't use any of the 2 4th round picks on Bo Nix. Like I would sign Bo Nix as an undrafted free agent. That's about it. And put him on the practice squad. I don't think he's going to be good. That's the only quarterback that I have conviction about saying that in this draft class. 2nd and goal. Play action. Throws it to... Why are we doing this play? Stop putting these dudes at risk! Man! Dude, all these spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down plays. We're going to put our most important player in this dumbass play where he's going to throw it with Aiden Hutchinson going for his neck. My God. KOC. 3rd and goal from the 20. You got trips left. Oh my God. And it's a delay of game. I can't. Bro, I don't even want to talk about KOC today. I don't want to. But you're putting our best player at risk in a meaningless game. What is your problem? To end the season. Painful fart. Ironically, with that name says KOC's peak cheeks. Throws it off to Jefferson again. Get him off the field! Jesus! Oh my God! What is this team doing? We want to do Tiny Toon adventure plays with Justin Jefferson at the end of the year. With nothing at stake. Remind me why you benched Jared Hall again? Why? Which, keep doing you, baby. Let Nick Mullins keep playing. I want that 9th pick. I want that 9th pick. Kick is up. Kick is good. Justin Jefferson's pissed off. 13-3 game. Detroit. He should not be playing. Yeah, here we are. Get some of your thoughts here after I update the score. All right. Nano Joe, this team just isn't that good. Fans need to get over it. They're not winning this game. Yeah, I don't think they're going to win this game either. In fact, I prefer that they lose this game. Sorry to all the real fans out there. Jarrett says, I would have thought KOC would have been a tougher coach since he's been in the league for a bit, but I guess he is who he is. Scared boy, soft AF. That's the thing that I'm trying really hard not to talk about KOC. Well, he finds a way every week to up the ante and force my hand. I don't want to do this, but putting your best player at risk. I don't care if 1,000 yards is at stake for Justin Jefferson. He should not be playing. Not only should he not be playing, but to put him in a ridiculous, just a pitch back trick play, Aiden Hutchinson going all out to take him down. Why would you do that in this game? What is the point? Megatron says, might as well just start Jaren Hall, let him get a little more experience. No, we can't do that. Can't do that. Apparently Jaren Hall is worse than what we're seeing from Nick Mullins right now. And what we've seen the worst of in Josh Dobbs. Which I've given up on that as well. It's just, all right, fine. You ruined his confidence, so be it. I really don't want to talk about this head coach. I'm trying not to, man. Trying not to. Let me find something else to talk about. We're not going to talk about head coaches. We're going to talk about yeah, this is hard. I don't know. Kickoff is up. Detroit, they're returning it. They get about to the 26, 27-yard line. Talk about great prices at Walmart. Get some wrapping paper and all your Christmas goods now that Christmas is over with for 75% off at your local retailer. Get to Walmart today. Oh, boy. Hand off to David Montgomery for half a yard. Tim says owners need to want a Super Bowl as much as the fans. I'm sure they want it as much as the fans, but I don't think they are applying themselves as much as they should. Free Jair says Walmart sucks. What? The prices they offer? Shoot. They offer some good quality items, man. Even their great value stuff. Their store brand of their grocery stuffs, their selections. Get your oil change there and prescription refills. Walmart is the ish. Hand off David Montgomery for a yard. Daniil Hunter with the tackle. Tycoon. Yeah, Walmart is the best. All caps. That deserves all caps. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Bar says the great value water is good. The great value everything is good. You know, I just think it's Walmart. You see the logo. A bunch of crazy stuff happens at Walmart if you search on YouTube long enough. And you're just like, oh, Walmart, I'd rather go to Target. Ugh. Snobby Target. Same items for an extra 25% on top of the Walmart cost. Please. Love Walmart. We get groceries delivered like twice a week from there, too. They offer delivery service for just a small fee. What? 3rd and 8. He's got protection. Throws it. Sam Laporta. Nice tackle. Open field tackle. Just shot like a missile. Cam Bynum. Lawrence says, I worked at a Walmart. Trash. Well, listen, I don't blame you. Like, if you have to work at Walmart, I'm sorry. That's a whole different topic right there. I wouldn't do it. But as a shopper, oh my God, I love it. So they're going to punt the ball. Lawrence, I worked at Target. That was my very first job, Target. I worked in that Pizza Hut Express where they serve personal pans, and they're going to pin the Vikings. I think they were down already at the 1.5 yard line. It looks like that's where the refs are going to have them at. Yeah, Lawrence, I worked at Target. I know, actually, you probably had it worse than me if I had to guess. Working at Walmart. So I feel you on that one. But as a shopper, Walmart is awesome. Jake says strip sack safety coming up. They're close. Watch. I'm not trying to talk about the head coach. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to. But I would not be surprised if the head coach calls some doohickey play that far deep in your own territory. Wouldn't be surprised, but we'll see. Tyrone says, how about them Timberwolves? They balling, man. And I'm pretty sure, actually not even pretty sure, I know that my Dallas Mavericks are playing you guys tonight. I think it's at the American Airlines Center. And our guy, our center, Derek Lively, is doubtful to play. So we have no center playing up against the team with the best center rotation in the league. Should be great. Maddie Cake says Walmart is my go-to spot for people watching. You see some real weirdos. Yes, there are people that are different at Walmart that I will say, but I go to Walmart, I keep my head down, I know where I'm going, bam, in and out. I'm not trying to sit there and hang out. That's just me. Because I know it can get crazy up in there. But the prices are worth it. Earl says, even if Lively was playing, Mavs have nothing for the T-Wolves, only Luka. I mean, that's fair. We don't have a good... After Lively, it's one of those things where if Lively is hurt, we go from a respectable team to a team that can maybe make it into the play-in. That's it. Dwight Powell is our second center. And this man, I'm not even kidding when I say this, Dwight Powell is the basketball equivalent of Sean Mannion. He's just a good guy that everybody respects, and he works hard, but he's not good at his sport. But even with Lively, because he has to come out, Earl, from time to time to catch his breath, that two-headed monster that y'all got with Gobert and Towns, we don't have that. I saw that they were in talks or exploring the idea of trading for Pascal Siakam, even though he's not really a big per se, but it would certainly help us out. I'd love it if we had Andre Drummond as a backup center. Just somebody that can be respectable. But what's happening in Minnesota, I did not see coming. You got trips right on 2nd and 8. Hand the ball. Oh, no. Play action to Josh Oliver. He's back in the game. He's healthy, and he's running. That's a big play. That's a big play, man. Jared O says, we don't want Clay. Oh, Derrick Henry gets a touchdown. Hey, Jags might not make the playoffs. Oh, my gosh. Jared O says, we don't want Clay. Clay is, I remember him. For my money, I think the best two-way player in the league, not that long ago. But then he had back-to-back years of being hurt. Alexander Mattison gets about 7 right there on first down. And he's just not the same guy, man. And it hurts for me to say that. But I mean, the man was an elite shooter and a top-tier defender. He's just not that guy anymore. Vikings fan 123 says Reisner is down. Oh, great. Besides trying to get the 9th pick, my number one thing was, hey, nobody get hurt. Let's get a score update in the Atlanta game. It's a tie game. 4.5 minutes left in the second quarter. 14-14. Atlanta has the ball at their own 7. So they've got some work to do. Just to go back, revisit this. Atlanta, right now, they've got the 9th spot. Okay. Bernard Fitness. I feel like Oliver has a really good per catch average this year. Well, let's look it up. There was one game early in the season where they threw a deep pass to Josh Oliver. It was either on a 4th down or a 3rd down. I can't remember the game exactly. And I said, why would you do that? Why would you put him in that position? But with Hawkinson being out, Oliver has done a really good job in his absence. Let's see. Bernard Fitness is saying really good per catch average. Let's see. Yards per reception. 9.1. Not bad. I wonder as far as tight ends. That's good, right? For a tight end? Normally for a receiver, you want double digits, but 9.1. Okay. That's not bad. You right. The Tech Jedi, Randy, who you prefer, Jaden Daniels or Penix next year for us? Jaden Daniels. Without thinking twice. So is Reisner out? They're showing somebody else. Is that Chris Reed? Oh my God, it is. Oh, Chris Reed appearance. 2nd and 4, play action, bootleg, out left. Jordan Addison gets a first down. New set of downs. Tyrone Lee, who do you think the Vikings should draft? Well, let me tell you after this play here. 1st and 10, you got trips right, but you got Addison motioning to the left. Play action, pressure's coming twice over, and Mullins gets sacked by Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, I need to look at film on DT prospects, but I mean, I'm sticking with the number one name. You need to draft a quarterback in the 1st round. That's what you have to do. Now, where that's going to be, what position you're going to be in will determine who you draft. All things being equal, Jaden Daniels. But if not, Michael Penix. If not, J.J. McCarthy. Although if you do want to wait, if you do believe, as he throws a deep pass to Jefferson, that's going to be incomplete. If you do want to wait and say that we can get Penix or McCarthy in the 2nd round, I have a lot of questions about McCarthy. I really do. Like, nothing really pops out on screen when I watch him play. He's just a good football player. But if you believe that you can get one of those guys in the 2nd round, and go defensive tackle in the first, then you better be right. Now, with that said, I need to look at some film on some players that play interior defensive line because it's so bad. You've had one true starter on the interior defensive line. 3rd and 18, throws it to Jefferson, and he gets about 10 yards there, but it's going to be 4th down. You've only had one true starter on the interior defensive line, and that's Harrison Phillips. The other two guys, it's been a mess. Megatron says, it's sad we have more sacks than points. Shaking my head. No, I mean, Nick Mullins, man, he's the best option. That's what I was told. Punt is up. Good. Wow, that's a good punt. Finally started taking off from the 5. He gets just short of the 20, about 2 yards out. But, I mean, if there was a way you could get Drake May, man, that'd be awesome. But it's just not going to happen. He's going to be a top 3 pick, and you're not going to be able to trade up that far. Vikings fan 123, can we sit JJ? I mean, he shouldn't be playing at all. I would love to have JJ not play in this meaningless game, then risk injury. Tycoon says Drake May might slide in our lap. That I think that's impossible. I think that's a pipe dream. It's not going to happen. I like him a lot, but it's not realistic unless you can convince a divisional rival, a guy who said we're going to take the North and never give it back. Unless you can convince him, and also pending that they believe in Justin Fields, convince him to trade up that number 1 pick to you. I don't see it. Tyrone says, so how can they Jaden Daniels? I'm assuming you mean how can they get Jaden Daniels? I mean, you need the Bears to roll with Justin Fields for another year, not draft the quarterback with the first pick, and still draft a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr. Because if they end up trading that pick away to somebody else, that means that team that trades up to the 1 spot is going to draft a quarterback. And then you've got 2 teams after that, Washington and New England, that are also going to go quarterback. So that's the main piece right there. As long as Chicago drafts with the first overall pick and not a quarterback, and you can trade up to the 4th spot, that's the only scenario that you can get Jaden Daniels. That's what you need to happen. If it doesn't happen, then all right, you look into the second tier of players. 1st and 10, play action. Goff throws it to the sidewalk. Megatron, no comment, just a super chat. I appreciate you, Megatron. Second and 10. You've got Goff under center. Jahmyr Gibbs, they hand the ball off to him. He gets about 4. Excuse me. And Edwards says, love is a bum. Damn, that's harsh. Are they playing right now? Chicago? in Green Bay? I don't think so. Still a tie game between the Saints and the Falcons. Yeah, Green Bay's not even playing yet. No, he's Jordan Love. He gets better each and every week. I saw on Twitter. I forgot this take I said like 3 years ago when they drafted him. And I think I said something along the lines that I'm so excited as a Vikings fan, and played a clip of Jordan Love in his college days being inaccurate with the football. And after that game, somehow that got brought back to life. And man, they roasted me. I don't even remember saying it, but I do remember feeling it. Did a whole skit on it. But no, Jordan Love, he's solid. Hugh Yang says Jaden McDaniels could be the next Jamarcus Russell. Why? Because he's coming from LSU? Nah. First off, like Jamarcus Russell was the size of 2 Jaden Daniels. I love how you put Mick in front of his name. But nah, that was a work ethic thing with Jamarcus Russell. He had a lot of talent. He really, really did. He just never really applied himself. Heat Grim says, Randy, you like straight up a pole dancer for Megatron. Damn. Listen, man, if you send super chats, what am I supposed to do? Ignore it? Like, these people, they spend money that they don't have to get their comments heard. What do you want? But going back to the Jaden McDaniels name, that's funny. It's compared him to Jamarcus Russell, putting the Mick there, like he's the McDonald's version of Jamarcus Russell, which Jamarcus Russell is the McDonald's version of Jamarcus Russell. But putting the Mick in front of there, that's funny. We back, 3rd and 5. How much time we got left in this half? Oh, it was the 2-minute warning. Okay. 3rd and 5. Goff, shotgun. Throws it left. Laporta, first down. Just enough. Oh, now he was grabbing his left knee. He's grabbing his left knee right now. First, it was like he was in agony, but now it looks like it's less pain, but still he's down. There's pass interference on the Vikings defense as well. Megatron, who I've been accused of being a pole dancer for, says it's like Mullins turns into a mannequin under pocket pressure. He turns into a mannequin when there's no pressure. Like, he just sits there. So for everyone that was just like, I gotcha, Jaron Hall, you thought he was Jesus, and this is why he's bad. Like, well, okay, tell me why this is better. And you ruined this man and his confidence, I feel, with this team by starting him and then giving him just a half. It's not right. But here we are. Jaden McDaniels is an elite defender. Oh, the Wolves player. Oh, God. Okay. Duh. Oh, my gosh. Hugh Yang, is that who you meant? The Minnesota Timberwolves defender? I thought you were being funny with Jaden Daniels. Now I'm confused. He's a great defender, by the way. My God. And that's something you can't teach. Defense is all effort. Jahmyr Gibbs gets about 8 yards on that rush attempt. It's all effort playing defense. I hate seeing players just play on one side of the ball and then slack off on the other. 2nd and 2, out wide right. Amon-Ra St. Brown gets, on the nose. That's a first down. Yeah, the Timberwolves, they're a really good team. Did not see that coming. Yeah, that's a first down. To the T. You've got, oh, okay. All right, they're going to mark him short. A full yard short? That's a bad spot. But all right, that's, wow. And that's good. They're going to get tackled for loss. I thought that was a first down. Vikings fan 123 says this game is so bad that we are talking about the NBA. I think Hugh Yang met Jaden Daniels from LSU. But maybe he was throwing in a sneak joke and talking about Jaden McDaniels. It's so confusing. Barry says, don't forget your pee break, Randy. I'm good right now. At halftime, I'll probably do it. Or maybe I'll go into the third quarter. You never know. But yeah, the Wolves, they'll get a win tonight over Dallas because they don't have a center for tonight's game. And the Wolves have 3 very good ones. That's crazy. All right, it is 4th and 4. Punt team is out. Punt is up. And Brandon Powell fields it. Good job. Oh. Did a couple of juke moves right there. Go ahead, show off, young man. Excuse me. Philip says, let's see what KOC does with 1:12 left in the half. Yeah, let's see it. I'm trying not to be critical of him because I don't want to be the guy that just all he does is talk about the head coach and bash him and stuff. I've done it enough. All right, we out here. Offense gets a chance to do something, anything. Jefferson's still out there. At least come out into the second half and just play your second units across the board. Please. All right, 1st and 10. Mullins is in shotgun. You got doubles on both sides. He's locked in on left, throws a deep left. Jefferson, get out of bounds. And he does. Nice play. I don't know how much further he has left to go. Jefferson to get to 1,000 yards. Let's see. He has, before today, 882 yards on the season. So he needs 118 today. Nah, man. Throws it to him again. Okay. He's pushing it. I just don't get hurt. I don't care what records you break. So he needs 118 in this game. He has so far 89. He's 29 yards away. He's right there. Ty Chandler gets a first down. $29 yards away. Okay. Well then. And he got out of bounds too. Laporta, man, he's getting carted off on the sideline. Not great. First and 10. Oh, he gets sacked. He gets sacked by Aiden Hutchinson. Yep. That happened. Hutchinson's balling today. Oh, that's Blake Brandel playing right guard today. Yikes. All right. Damn. Yeah, there was just no time to even go through your reads. That was just bad O-line play. But that's your second unit essentially out there. I mean, the only starters you have on the O-line today is Darisaw and Bradbury, with Reisner going out. Oh, no, Reisner's back in. I see him, 66. No, he's back in. All right, so you got 3/5 of your O-line. You at least have consistency from left tackle to center, but that right side, it's a bit dicey, I'd say. 2nd and 19. Darisaw may have gotten away with holding right there. Throws up a prayer. Melifonwu. I'd like to know. Listen, man, this Melifonwu guy. Hold up. Is he a free agent? This guy can play. They got him listed as a cornerback, but he plays safety for Detroit. This dude can ball out. Oh, no, he's under contract for next year. Damn it. About to say, with Hitman, he's going to be gone. They're going to cut him after the year. Dump off to Johnny Mutt for a couple of yards. That's going to bring up 4th down. That's going to take us into halftime. Damn. They got a player like that in Detroit playing at a high level. And they on the cheap, too. He's getting $1 million a year. That's crazy. Dude's a beast. All right, so they are going to... What is happening right now? They should be. Are they in field goal range? Oh, they are. Greg Joseph is coming out. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Oh, damn, Mullins just went a whole half without a turnover. That's crazy. Big ups to all my haters, is what Nick Mullins should say to people like me. Greg Joseph, 43-yard attempt. Kick is up. Kick is good. Don't call it a comeback. 13-6, Detroit. That will take us into halftime. And actually, let me update the score real quick, and then we'll revisit Atlanta, New Orleans. The quest for the 9th overall pick. All right. Let's get to New Orleans, shall we? Oh, okay. Atlanta who, if you want the ninth pick, you need a loss to Detroit with also a loss from Atlanta and a couple of other teams. Atlanta, they are down 14-17 with it's halftime now. Oh, wait, no, they just kicked the field goal, so it's tied. 17 all. All right. We back. We are so back. Vikings fan 123, Randy, are you going live for draft night? I believe I will. We'll see. Tentatively, yes. Six Shooter Nation Gaming, yeah, and it's plenty of time. Nick Mullins is putting itself in a position. Well, you can say the coach is Mullins. The coach is in Mullins' ear, putting him in a position to manage the game. Now he's actually managing it, I suppose. They get the ball to start the second half. Minnesota does. So essentially, it's scripted drive part 2. We'll see how they look. Purple Pain, hope I'm wrong about Kwesi being able to draft. Me too. Me too. That first draft was an absolute disaster, but maybe he learned from it and he's going to do light years better than he's ever done. This is going to be his coming out party as one of the best GMs in the league. The 2024 draft, damn it. Adrian Ortiz says, how confident are you the Vikings go quarterback in the first round, considering they have no edge rushers on the roster and the top edge rushers will fall to the Vikings? Honestly, with Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, anything's possible. I mean, they may draft a kicker in the first round. I'm being facetious when I say that, obviously, but when you look at, and I'm not saying this as a bash Kwesi thing, but when you look at stuff that's just like, why would you do this? But yet you did it. The Lewisine trade and draft. I mean, the way that he's gone about the Marcus Davenport deal in free agency, where a guy who's faced injuries his entire career and you sign him to money and you structure it in a way to where you're dealing with dead cap the year that he's no longer on the team. Bringing back Garrett Bradbury. I mean, there's plenty of things you can look at and just say, why? Like, what's the logic behind it? And the reality is, and this applies for all teams, is that there's going to be roster moves that don't work out baseline, and that's okay. But when you take a shot in the dark multiple times on different players to where it's like in real time, not in hindsight where you're saying, oh, this was terrible, but in real time, you're just, all right, what are you doing right here? And it doesn't work out, then it's not a great look. So to answer your question, Adrian, how confident am I that the Vikings go quarterback in the first round? I'm not confident. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't. Your guess is as good as mine. But that Marcus Davenport signing, go back and watch the tape. I said it that same night that it was announced that they've agreed to terms. I said, this dude is hurt all the time. And even when he's not hurt, he's so-so in production. And injuries have clearly been an issue for him. He's played in like 2 games this season. It was a terrible signing at the time. It's even more of a terrible signing in hindsight. Always great. USA QB won't help this team. They can't block. There's a lot of things that this team is several pieces away from being at the level of San Francisco or Baltimore. Several pieces. So no, it's not just draft a quarterback and all your problems are solved. That's not at all the case, but that's one of the bigger issues you have to address this offseason. And if not now, when? I've been in lockstep, or I've been consistent with this take, is that you have to draft a quarterback every year until you get it right. And I believe that if Jaden Daniels, if you have the opportunity to go get him, you trade with Arizona and he's still available, go get him. Of course, obviously, if you've identified him as your guy. But you got to draft somebody every year. But I'm with you. That's not the only thing this team needs. This team needs a center. They need 2 defensive tackles. They need a bleep ton of cornerbacks. They need a safety. They need a running back. It's a lot of holes that got to be filled. Jake, Harrison Smith's last game. Yep, that will be today. They're going to go ahead and cut him. He's got a large cap number for 24. They're not going to go into next year with that. Especially with if they do bring back Kirk Cousins, you have to bring back Danielle Hunter. There's not enough money to go around, especially a player who's been great and should go into the Hall of Fame. But at this stage in his career, I think it's safe to say it's over. And Tomcat brings up a good point. It's not just the players. What did I count up? Seven players, or at least 7 positions. Doesn't necessarily quantify the quantity of players that you need, but it's not just the players that you need, the positions that you have to address. You also need an offensive coordinator who runs the offense. And again, I'm not here to bash KOC anymore. I've done it enough. Tired of doing it. Y'all know what I've said about him. Makes no sense for me to keep repeating what I've done before, using the same old material. But that is something that has to adjust as well. And just like everybody that says, well, Kirk Cousins, bring him back, or, well, drafting a quarterback isn't going to solve this team. Well, Kirk Cousins, bringing him back doesn't solve the team's issues either. Because what were we talking about before he got hurt? I mean, they had an 0-3 start to the season. They were 1-4 in their first 5. That's with Kirk Cousins. That's with Justin Jefferson. Their turnover differential, I don't remember what it was, but I know it was well below 0. The offense was out of sorts. The difference between winning and losing at Carolina, the worst team in the league, was a free play that you got because somebody jumped off sides on Carolina. And that was a deep pass to Justin Jefferson. So Kirk Cousins, he's not going to solve all these issues either. Fan of feet. Oh boy. Says get Mullins, Hall, and Dobbs out of here. I don't think any of them are bad as a backup quarterback. To be honest, I don't even know what Jaron Hall's capable of, but I do know that his confidence is shot the way that KOC went about handling his playing time. But fan of feet, are you Rex Ryan? What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be prepping for ESPN? Inefficient. KOC will get a pass because the captain went down. Probably. Josh says Phillips is mid AF. He shouldn't even be a nose. He's not nose type player. He's slow and gets pushed on by running backs. Now, yes and no to what you're saying. I as a nose tackle, he shouldn't be there. He's playing out of position. I do believe that anywhere else on the interior D line, he can be a really good player. And Harrison Phillips was the only true starter that you had on the interior D line. But as you point out, Josh, one could argue that because he was playing out of position, he's not a good nose tackle. I agree with that. Is with that, you don't have any true starters on the interior defensive line. But I think if you got a real nose tackle, move Harrison Phillips to the outside, 3-4 defensive end, that's where he'll be better served. So yes and no. Dean Martin, Skull Randy from London. Love your content. I appreciate you, Dean. Major upgrades needed this offseason. This offseason is the most critical in Vikings history with free agency and draft. Need to draft a quarterback and a top running back. Well, I don't even know if I can add anything worthwhile to what you said. You nailed it on the head. This is one of the more, I don't know if this is, I'd have to look back at all the off seasons as far as ranking which ones were more important, but it's right up there. This one is, you need quarterback. You need multiple positions, as I mentioned before. But not only do you need a quarterback, but that pick has to be right. You have to properly develop him. It's big. I mean, it's really going to spell the direction of this franchise. There's no way you can not draft the quarterback this offseason. You have to. And I would say it has to be your first pick. But it's a critical time in this franchise's history. You have a 36-year-old quarterback who will be 36 next year coming off an Achilles tear as the kickoff is up. Well, we'll see if they bring him back anyway. But assuming they do bring him back, you have a 36-year-old quarterback coming off an Achilles tear. I mean, his career, there's only but so much left. With so far, nothing set for the future. And you have a player of Justin Jefferson's caliber that you need to keep happy. And not only just keep happy, but try to win with this guy. You don't come across these. Well, then again, Vikings, they've been very lucky with receivers. Randy Moss, Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, Percy Harvin. Ty Chandler, handoff, gets about a yard. Tomcat, great point. Need to establish the lines. That's been a major problem on both sides of the ball. Build from the inside out, not the outside in. Offensive and defensive lines. But honestly, especially if you're going to trade up in the first round and get a quarterback, you're not going to have enough assets to, and with all the cap, if you bring back Kirk Cousins, you're not going to have enough assets to address all the problems. Justin Jefferson, another catch and run of about 14, 15 yards, as we are on 1K watch for Jefferson. He needs 118 in this game And so far, he has 100. He's 18 yards shy. Play action. Dumps off. Addison gets about 5 or 6 there. So he's 18 yards away from staying perfect since getting drafted out of LSU. Of always having at least 1,000 yards per year. So go and get it. As we are now on 2nd and 5. Ty Chandler, look at that burst he gets outside. Wow. Yeah, man. Okay. All right, Ty Chandler. Maybe he could be the starter next year. He should certainly have been the starter this year for at least the last 8 weeks. But Ty Chandler, you feel good enough about him, then, I mean, best case, you just need to sign an undrafted free agent running back. Or McBride is ready. Play action, pressure, and Nick Mullins nearly threw an interception. Ay. Let's get a score update here. Saints Falcons still 17-all. The Saints have the ball. They're approaching the red zone as they just started the second half. Nick Mullins tried to do his best Patrick Mahomes impersonation. Second and 10, they hand the ball off Ty Chandler. I mean, just look at the way his footwork, the way he moves. He's so shifty, so crafty with his feet. He's nice. I mean, that might have to be the move. He's the RB1 next year. He's impressive. I mean, compared to Madison, he's all stiff in the feet, just stone feet. Throws it. Ooh. Oh, Brandon Powell. Oh, boy. That was a tough catch. Are they going to say that's incomplete? I thought that was a catch. Wow. He had 2 Lions defenders right there. Oh, yeah, that was out. Yeah, out of bounds. That hit the ground. So it's going to be 4th and 3. Vikings are staying out on the field. They're going for it. They may try to get Detroit to jump off sides. You got trips right. And may have gotten away with the delay of game right there. I don't know. He may be short. Brandon Powell might be short right there. Oh, that's tough. I mean, yeah, I think he's short. I mean, look at where his elbow is down and the way he has the ball positioned, Brandon Powell. It's short. So I think that's going to be a turnover on downs, and Detroit will take over. They're going to measure it. They got the sticks out, and it's short. Yeah. So ball goes the other way. Turnover on downs. And Edwards trying to choose between you and Purple Daily on draft night is going to be impossible. Are you going Are you guys planning on making a vid together anytime soon? Never say never. We'll see. Hey, yay. Matty Cake says Judd switched up. Switched up on what? What Judd Zolgad switch up on? That's my guy, man. All right. Some of you are saying, well, Rick Long says another KOC bad choice. I guess if you choose to look at it that way. Because the way I see it, got to get a better draft pick up in this piece, boy. What? Oh, the Saints are up 24-17 on Atlanta. Damn it. Ay, ay, ay. You know what? Something else I just thought of, or actually not just thought of, I've been thinking of for a while, but it just came to me while talking Vikings on this channel. Something that just popped in my head to mention is that, yes, the teams ahead of the Vikings that need a quarterback, they are likely to draft a quarterback. But if you are not going to bring back Kirk Cousins, one of those teams may go in the direction of Cousins. I saw a report that the Atlanta Falcons are looking into possibly signing him in free agency. So if you don't bring back Kirk and one of the teams ahead of you goes ahead and signs Kirk, then maybe Jaden Daniels is still a possibility. Or at the very least, if Atlanta goes ahead and signs Kirk, then they won't have to trade up. It takes another team out of the picture to trade up with Arizona at the 4 spot. But they went for it. Turnover on downs. He tried to call a time. Well, he tried to call a timeout. I don't know if he was successful. Well, clearly he wasn't. It looked like he tried to call a timeout, but it just didn't work out. 1st and 10, Detroit. Play action, deep middle. Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's having a game. How many yards does he have today? I know he has to have over a hundo. Let's see. I would say 115. He only has 56 yards? Oh, no, 70 yards. Okay. It just got updated. It feels like he has over 100. Well, first and 10. Play action. Throws it deep. And, oh, too far deep. Nobody was getting to that. Zero. Ooh, brings up a nice theory. Says I could see New England getting or trading up for Marvin Harrison Jr. and signing Kirk Cousins. That would be the perfect spot for him. But then again, that's if Bill Belichick is still there, which I don't think he will. I think they're going to go ahead and move on from him. If Belichick is there, yeah. I could 100% see that happening. I don't think that's going to happen, though, just because I think they're going to fire Bill at season's end. Season's end? Black Monday's tomorrow. Tomorrow. We'll see. Third and 6. You got trips right. Pressure's coming. Throws it over the middle. And that's not going to be enough. Caught by Peoples-Jones. Not going to be enough, I say. And they're going to go for it. It is 4th and 1. Oh, play action. What do you have? That's going to be Peoples Jones again. Oh, they say incomplete? Oh, I thought he caught it. I'm pretty sure he caught that. See it again. I saw the sideline ref do this. But see it again. Higher angle. Broke it. 1, 2. Yeah, that's a catch. Like, what are we doing here? 1, 2. Bam. All right. So that's a first down. Ball is at Minnesota's 28. Play action. Dump off to number 70. The Decepticon last week that they used to try to confuse Dallas, only to confuse the refs. Guessing he reported eligible that time. Can you imagine having to tackle an offensive lineman that reported eligible, open field? I'm like, oh, damn. Good thing we're not wearing white pants. Handoff, Montgomery, first down. Yeah, New Orleans got another. Whoa, little bobbly touchdown they got there to go up 24-17. Paul says, put Scene in. F it. Nah, don't put him in. Or put him in. I don't care. Well, if this is going to be his last game, I'd like to see Harrison Smith play as many snaps as possible. Even though he doesn't look good, it's just one of those things where, a proper send-off, if you will. But boy, in his prime, which was a long time, he was among the best. Hall of Fame career. Brian says, could we move Harrison to linebacker? Harrison Phillips? Or Smith? First and goal. And they're at the 1 yard line. So my guess is they're going to hand it to Montgomery. They don't. Play action. And hey, Hitman with good coverage right there. Oh, snap. Could Lewis Seen do that? Brian Flores says no. Second and goal. 70 is eligible. He's the motion man. Montgomery just bursts through. That's just a strong man. Whole career in the NFC North. Just a tough guy to bring down. And that's going to be a touchdown. Now let's see if the extra point is good, or maybe they decide to go for 2 to get 21 points. But, man, 70 came over, took Metellus out, and Harrison Smith gets pushed over. Yeah. That's just big boy football. That close from the end zone, that's big boy football. So whether we're talking about QB sneaks for the Vikings on offense or defending goal lines for the Vikings defense, you got to build in the trenches on both sides of the ball. When it comes to these grown man power football plays, The Vikings, they don't really stand a chance. And so they go for the extra point, and it's good. So it's going to be a 20-6 game. Lions over the Vikings. Score updated here. And I mean, this game is going pretty much how I expected it to go. So, I mean, whether you want to accuse me of being a fake fan, saying that I want the better draft pick or whatever, it doesn't matter whether you're rooting for this team or rooting for them to lose and get a better draft pick. This team, it just, yikes. In their last 7 games, the way that it's looking, they're going to go 1-6. They're not a good football team. That's just what it is. B says knee look down. Yeah. Emmett Knight says fake fan. Yeah. Okay. Chad says Falcons done. Let's get a score update. Oh my God, they're down by 2 scores. You asshats. They're down 31-17. You bums. Oh. All right, we'll sign Kirk Cousins then. That will take him out of the picture. That will do it. Oh, boy. Zach Awesome says, you, my friend, are a real fan, realistic Randy fan. I appreciate you, Zach. You are awesome, Zach Awesome. Thank you. Skull to you and yours. Eddie Jones says, top 10 pick, here we come. Maybe we'll trade down to pick 32 again. Yeah, I mean, at this point, because Atlanta, they're slotted at 9. At best, right now, we're looking at 10. So you need a Chicago upset over Green Bay. And you need the Raiders to also win. Kickoff is up. This may be the most calm stream of the season that I've done. Because I have nothing to be mad for. Just once Jefferson gets 118, take him out the game. He gets 1,000 yards on the season. Fine. After that, he doesn't need to be playing. Reaver Ghoul, Randy, my boy, thanks for another great season of covering this dumpster fire. Go get some of those new Popeye wings. They legit. Those spicy honey wings. Oh, those did come out, huh? Except I think the nearest Popeyes to me is like a solid half hour. Kind of a ways from everything. Quick pass to the right outside to KJ Osborne for about 3 or 4 yards. I appreciate your Reaver Ghoul. Popeyes. And I don't feel guilty about going to Popeyes either. Yep, I'm black and I like fried chicken. And if you don't like fried chicken, that's a you problem. It's not a race thing. You had fried chicken? It tastes great. We got 2nd and 7. $26 ball game. Third and 2. You got trips left. Just give it to Jefferson. Pressure's getting to him, and he gets sacked. So that's going to do it for this drive. All right. I don't have it in me, man. Not today. And besides, everything is going according to plan. Punt is up. Detroit, they get it. Start taking off from the 25. And he made a couple of moves. He's got some blocking on the outside, broke a couple of tackles. Gets close to the 45. Jamie Lopez, oh well, at least this offseason will be an interesting one. Skull forever. Yes, it will be. What do you do at quarterback? What do you do in the draft? Do you trade up? Do you stand pat? Do you trade down, try to get a third-round pick with the cap? Do you bring back Danielle Hunter? Are you able to keep Danielle Hunter? That, to me, has to be the main focus in free agency. This will be a very interesting free agency. No doubt. Skull, LOL, Randy, love you, man. Keep it up. You, the real one. And just want us to be more than mediocre, I'll say. Draft the quarterback you want, and let's move into the future. P.S. should have hired Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, I think that's the thing that, for those that say that I'm not a real fan, or say that people that are hoping to get the 9th pick, even though with Atlanta down 2 scores to the New Orleans Saints, that's likely out the picture. So now you're looking at, okay, can you get a top 10 pick? I think anybody that's accusing those folks of not being real fans fail to realize that we are rooting in the long-term interest of the team. It's okay, fine. You get the sugar high that they win this game today. Fine. What does that do for you? All right, you end up with a lower draft pick. And if you do want to trade up, the same spot that you wanted to trade up from, had you have had pick 10 or 9, is now going to cost you more trading up from pick 12. I mean, we all want the Vikings to win a championship. And yes, they should have hired Jim Harbaugh. But KOC, this is going to be a pivotal year for not just KOC, but also Kwesi Adofo-Mensah. Before I've got, just like in the end of 2017, that NFC Championship game where I was like, all right, man, I'm not saying panic, but I've got my hand over the panic button. And then after the end of 2018, I said, all right, this regime needs to go. That's where I'm at right now. I'm not hitting the panic button. But 2024, I just need to see something. Just something to make just some sort of progression to make me feel or believe that you've got this team headed in the right direction. Because right now we don't have that. And that's the truth. We don't have that right now. After 2 years. Literally nothing. Yeah, the team has dealt with injuries. Well, you know what? Even before injuries, this team was struggling. Now they're going to finish the year 1-6 to end the season. Something. As Beeble says, oh, Randy, you will see something guaranteed. I hope so. Don't screw up the draft. Don't screw up the cap. Bring back Danielle Hunter. Get a quarterback. Look like you're building, at least putting together a couple of building blocks that will eventually lead to a championship caliber team, a team that can compete with the better teams in the league. That's what I want to see. Because right now, if you are honestly looking at this team, you can't say, oh, yeah, they're right on their way. They're nowhere close to Baltimore or San Francisco. Nowhere close. I got to see something. Third and 2 for Detroit. Pressure started collapsing. Almost had an interception. Couldn't quite get there. HV3, it's not okay for players and coaches want to lose or tank for a better pick, but it's totally okay for fans to do so. I want a top 10 pick. These players aren't going to tank. They're not going to do it. They're playing hard. Most of these players are auditioning themselves for not just a second contract with the Vikings, but the other 31 teams in the league. And the fact is, we say tank as fans. Tank, don't tank, whatever. This team has been playing as hard as it could the last 7 games. And it still doesn't matter. They've still lost 6 of those. It doesn't matter. I think it's more of a conversation starter for us, Team Tank, because we're like, hell yeah, embrace it now. You guys have been losing all these games. You might as well lose the last one. Get a better draft pick. Megatron, I watch your videos while I drive my semi truck. Oh, don't do that. Don't drive a semi while watching my videos. I appreciate you, Megatron, but you got to pay attention to the road, baby. Thank you for the content, and you're never afraid to call a spade a spade. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys just spending time out of your day to listen to all the crazy stuff I have to say. But drive safe out there, Megatron. Please. I beg of you. Sean DeBomb, this game's over, man. Another year without winning a Super Bowl. I don't know if we will ever get one. Well, only one team can win it every year. It's not necessarily, you want to win it, but it's not even necessarily just about that. You just want to see just boom, boom, boom. You get better and better as the years goes on. And especially with the way they started this season, even with a healthy Kirk Cousins, they have regressed. They really have. Even with their carousel of backup quarterbacks, they've choked winnable games multiple times, being in control of their own destiny. It's bad. I think it's just the coaching and the laissez-faire attitude has come back to rear its ugly head this season opposed to last season, where they were able to get a couple of game-changing plays at the end to seal victories in one-score games. Whereas in here, it's completely fallen apart. We really don't have anything to say. At least they have this going for them in 2024, what we saw from them in 2023. We really don't have that. That's the first step in the process. So this is a big year, next season for this regime. And Saints are still up 14 points on Atlanta, 1st and 10. Play action. Get guys moving. Passes it to 34. I don't even know who this is. 34. Oh, Nick Muse. That's a weird-ass number for a tight end. All right. 34. Oh, that's gross. That's a terrible number for a tight end. But he made a nice play. Got over in the middle, outside the right hash, camped out. Boom, straight to the chest. First down. Handoff to Madison. Just a straight bowling ball for about 12, 13 yards. It's going to be another first down. And just to go back to Jefferson watch, still at an even 100, 18 yards away from 1,000 yards on the season, despite missing 7 games, as Madison gets tackled for a loss, about 2 or 3. Chad just said Falcons turnover on down. So I mean, yeah, at this point, we need to set our sights on the 10th pick. That's the best possible spot for Minnesota. 2nd and 12. Out to Johnny Munt for 2 yards. Easy D. That I don't know why. For some reason, that's just so funny to read right now. I'm so drunk. Bob Sacamano, Darisaw, go sit down before you get someone killed. Yeah, he's having a rough end to his season. Been healthy for the most part, but 3rd and 10. I think that's a catch for Jefferson. He's going to be short. It's about 9.5 yards right there. I mean, you might as well go for it. You have nothing to lose. That would put him 9 yards away. Yeah, this dude is so damn talented. I mean, forget the fact of how he catches passes that seem impossible to catch, but just the footwork. Just an all-around great player. The footwork, the cognizance to know that his feet need to get down and just ballets his way to stay inbounds for a completed catch. And that's for Jefferson. And that will do it. That will do it. Justin Jefferson got over 1,000 yards again. He has at least 1,000 yards every season since getting drafted out of LSU. Now, take him out the damn game, please. Just a simple go route. A little stutter in the middle. Why would you do single coverage on Justin Jefferson, by the way? There it is. He got it. Good for him. I'm happy for him. I wouldn't have played him, but I'm happy for him. Extra point is up. It's good. It's going to be a 13-20 game. Good stuff. Happy for you. You know what, man? Listen, I know we're trying to root for a better draft pick and everything, but I'm going to give this a little celebration real quick. Just give it a little proper attention. Yeah, I'm happy for him, man. I really am. Oh, that score looks terrible. Let me adjust that. Dear God. It's like the 13 just went to sleep. Yeah, I'm happy for him, man. Perfect. 1K every year. There we go. You'll take it. Megatron, 1,000 yards, baby Jettas. Absolutely. Kickoff is up. Touchback. Devil Dog, Addison blew another touchdown bomb earlier too. Mullins can definitely throw deep. He can definitely make throws. Like, that's not his problem. His problem is his decision making. I mean, which is arguably the most important factor in playing the quarterback position. First and 10 for Detroit. I would expect for them to run it here with Gibbs. They do. And you know what? That they sent two, overloaded on the left side of the defense, and that left, as soon as Gibbs got in the middle and then cut right, that was all the space he needed. Mike Peterson says Vikings are going to win. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, well, we'll see. Because Detroit, they haven't really been playing aggressive at all. They've kind of just been rolling along with the punches. Joe Sousa says, why is it all these quarterbacks that are backups never get better? They keep having the same problems year after year. It's just, it's simple, man. At some point, every athlete, they reach their peak, and that's just as good as it's going to get. We can say that, hey, you've been a backup for years. Nick Mullins, you're in your 6th season. Why can't you get any better? But that's just the poor decision making isn't something I think you can, at this point in his career, coach out of him. At some point, you are what you are, and this is the best that you're going to get from that player. So you have to kind of know that, accept it, and embrace it. Dylan Richardson, Nick's problem is he thinks he can make any throw. Well, I'll disagree with you there. He can make any throw. It's just that when he decides to make some of these throws and who he decides to throw it to, when he decides to throw it, that's the problem. That's why he turns the ball over a ton. Although, in his defense, in this game, he doesn't have any turnovers. That's a first. So good for him. No, he can make every throw in the book. He really can. But he just, if he gets, actually, he nearly threw an interception. He tried to sidewind it in between two defenders at the line of scrimmage. But no, he can make every throw. He just sometimes doesn't realize what he's doing. He doesn't realize the consequences of his actions until it happens after the fact. All right, yeah. JJ, he got his 1,000 yards. Doesn't need to play anymore. Hey, hit the showers. You good. Needed 118. This man got 147. Cut it. 2nd and 5. Excuse me. Play action. Hunter tried to break. Oh, he's wide open. All right. Well, as much as you were excited a play ago for Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, just scored like a 75-yard touchdown. Am I upset? Nope. Let it rain. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Hey, that was that a 75-yard touchdown? I think to the T. Let's see. Boom, boom. It says deep 70 yards. All right, so I was 5 yards off. Extra point is up. It's good. All right, so literally, and that's the other thing with the Vikings. As soon as a big play happens where you celebrate and you relax a little bit, it's all right, we just got to get a stop. That's usually when the other team also responds with a big play to erase what you just did. But 27-13 Lions, not upset about it at all. In fact, we'll do a score update in New Orleans right after this. Score update. Over 12 minutes left in the fourth. Saints up 31-17. So there's that. But not even mad. Not mad at all. We chilling. The Tech Jedi says, Randy, how much of a pay cut does Kirk need to take to actually be on this team? 15 million. Nah, I'm not. 15 million. $20 million for me is the magic number, but I really don't want to go down that road right now at this moment. Plus, I have a little bit more to say on that. I'll probably speak on that more sometime this week, but I got to crunch some numbers and all that other stuff. But yeah. Will they bring Kirk Cousins back? It's one of the many questions for this team heading into the offseason. Mr. Raining Fire says his defenses have been straight trash against decent offenses. I'm going to give Brian Flores a pass. I know many may not. I'm going to give him a pass simply because of the lack of talent that he has. I think he has overcompensated with the personnel that he has to work with. You have a guy in Harrison Smith who is done. Like, he shouldn't even be playing, but out of respect, you're going to play him. And he'll be gone after this season. They're going to go ahead and cut him. You have absolutely nothing at corner, and your interior defensive line is trash. I don't think Brian Flores should be called out or anything like that. I think that's more on – that's another big play by Justin Jefferson. Why is he still in the game? I think that's more on Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah not putting together the right roster and signing Marcus Davenport. What a terrible signing that was. You can only work with what you have. I mean, what defensive coordinator can make this into a top 5 defense? I can't think of one. You're lacking talent. I mean, they signed Dean Lowry as a starter. You got 1st and 10, throws it deep. Jordan Addison, look at that. Oh my God, it's a shootout now. Jordan Addison. Let's make sure the extra point is good. But hot damn. And I mean, that's the same play that Jefferson ran to score his touchdown. Go route, quick stutter in the middle, and just, hey, speed on speed. Can you keep up? I think not. Touchdown. It's the same play. I think Jefferson scored that on the right side. Addison just scored that on the left side. Same play, but flipped over. Nick Mullins, he can make throws, man. Kick is up. It's good. And all of a sudden, we've got a 27-20 game. Oh, snap. More of your thoughts. Robert says Mullins looked like Brady today. You go, boy. This would be the game he does it too, right? This, of course. This would be the game. Oh, boy. I mean, we'll see where they end up draft-wise. Free Jair says, what type of apple juice is that? This is actually, now that we cleared some space, we can fill it up some more. This is a double IPA. Been getting into craft beers lately. And as Edwin points out, Mullins hasn't thrown a pick yet. I mean, of course, he has his most perfect game at the end of the year where it doesn't matter. You want a better draft pick. And he's like, nah, man. There's a new sheriff in town. Nick Mullins on your punk asses. You want a better draft pick? Screw that draft pick. I'm here to end it all. I'm the real deal. What about those other games, Nick Mullins? It's not about those other games, damn it. Vikings fan 123. Where was this team all season? Farting around. That's what they were doing all season. Farting around. Eating nothing but Popeye's red beans and rice. Now they showed up today, boy. But you know what's crazy? So here's something that we could build on in 2024. Something else. Those two plays, those back-to-back drives, the way they ended with Jefferson and Addison, that could be this offense. Obviously, you're not going to score 50-yard plays on back-to-back possessions every single time. But that's the power of this offense, of what it could be, of just the, wow, what was that? That's crazy. That could be this offense. One of the best in the league. And screw the competition that you're playing. Playing down, I think the problem to start the year is that the Vikings on first down gets it to Khalif Raymond for about 9 yards. Is that the Vikings were playing down to their competition. You don't have to play down to your competition. Play Vikings football to your strengths as Khalif Raymond is down. Tough sight. This is an offense. You have the talent offensively, even without TJ Hawkinson, who's hurt, to put up numbers every week. You can do it. Gotta do it consistently. That's the thing. Out Royal says Kirk's paying Mullins to keep Vikings from a top 10 pick. Don't want that pressure of having somebody right behind you. If you have a bad game, the crowd chants, we want blank. We want blank. All right, let's take a look at this game. Saints are now up 3 scores with 9 minutes left on the Saints or on the Falcons. 34-17. Not great. So, yeah. At best, Vikings, you're looking at the 10th pick. Okay. What a game, huh? This is wild. Squid says this defense isn't it lately. Flo seems to have lost it. Yeah, as I mentioned before, I think it's more on personnel than anything else. We don't have corners. Corners or an interior defensive line. Can't generate pressure worth a damn up front. You get pushed around up front. And we have guys who can't cover. I mean, that's a recipe for disaster. Megatron says, have you tried the Double Dog IPA? No, I have no idea who makes that. Who makes that? Ryan Peterson says even if they get the 10th, it's easier to move up from 10 than it is from 21. So there's a positive spin right there. This is the positive live stream. Nothing can go wrong. Oh man, is this what it's like to just be relaxed all the time and be calm? I don't have a care in the world. Jake says Justin Jefferson has now the most receiving yards after first 4 seasons. Really? I mean, I can't verify that, but I'll take your word for it. Just got to score touchdowns. That's the only thing. Like Randy Moss didn't have the yards that Jefferson had, but man, did he score touchdowns. But that's the only thing. Either way, Justin Jefferson is on pace to being one of the greatest receivers of all time. And having another 1,000-yard season after missing 7 games is just another testament to how great he's been. Second and 4. Whoa, avoid it. Pressure. Got it off. Excuse me. It's going to be a first down to Josh Reynolds. Yeah, Antoine Randall coaching for Detroit. If I had to guess, he's working with their special teams or with their receivers. I would guess special teams. First and 10. Jahmyr Gibbs. Whoa. He gets about 2 yards. You know what? For S&Gs, I want to know, what does Antoine Randall coach? Like, what specific thing does he do? Wide receivers coach. Wait. Says he was a wide receiver. It doesn't say what he does exactly. Oh, wide receivers coach. His 3rd season with Detroit. Okay. I was like, it was either special teams or wide receivers coach. I have no idea. Megatron says it's made by IPA, 12% alcohol. Well, I do have 2 toddlers that I got to be a parent to after after this live stream and this game. Wouldn't mind trying it, though. Aaron says, I miss those Moss bombs, right? Man, was crazy. Oh, what a catch by 82. Who is that? Mitchell? I don't know who that guy is. He made an absurd catch. Wow. They're showing it again from, and he cut inside, and then Goff had to roll out, and he cut back outside, and boy, did he stretch out for that ball. It's going to be a first down. They're pushing the red zone. 0 cool. I also missed the Williams wall. Big Pat and Kevin Williams. Man, we'll never see that again. That was greatness, man. What I loved most about those two is that, man, opposing offenses, they could push the ball up to the inch away from the goal line. And it's like, all right, hey, all you got to do is punch it in. Touchdown. Big Pat and Kevin Williams, bro. The amount of goal line stands they had was absurd. That was a great time to be a Vikings fan. 100%. Jahmyr Gibbs gets to the outside. Just pure beef in the middle. Could have had that with Jordan Davis instead of trading back and drafting Lewis Cine. Let's not talk about that. That's fine. Man, that takes me back. Jared Allen, Ray Edwards. 3rd and 6. Shotgun. Goff. He gets sacked off one arm. A one-arm sack by Danielle Hunter. Go ahead, player. That's boss. That's boss level. That's a great play. One hand. That's nice. So now it's 4th and 15. They're going to kick this bad boy up. Kick is up, and it's good. 30-20 game. Detroit over Minnesota with, I was going to say the amount of time, but they wanted to go to Jake from State Farm with Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. I just feel like I'm seeing a lot of Travis Kelce. But I also feel like the fan of Travis Kelce, like a band that was underground and then everybody else found out about him, so they're not as cool to you anymore after this whole Taylor Swift thing, where it's like, yeah, Travis Kelce, go ahead, man, but now I'm seeing you all the time. Chunky Soup, State Farm. Like, come on, man. All right. Antoine Randall L. coaching. Antonio Pierce coaching. It's just crazy seeing all these players I grew up watching, and they're still involved in the league. Crazy. We've got 8 minutes, 14 seconds left. Mark says, go Wolves. I'm not watching tonight's game, man. They're going to destroy my Mavericks, bro. They're going to crush them. I'm not going to watch. But I'm glad for Wolves fans that you guys got something to really cheer for. You guys are a damn good team. And I'm jealous as hell. 1st and 10. You got trips left. Quick pass to Jeff. Why is he playing? Just we're done. All right. Okay. Should not be playing, man. So far, Bucks are up 9-0 on Carolina, which, I mean, whatever. That's as far as like, oh, if you're trying to make the playoffs, which I don't really care about. 2nd and 8. Oh, well, there's the turnover. Yeah, that's going to be a pick 6. So there's a flag on the play. Maybe it's an illegal block in the back. I don't know. But Matty Cake says he dropped the ball. Which, well, let's see. Oh, yeah, he did. All right, man. Here's what I have a problem with these players today. You knew good and well that ball hit the ground. Why the hell are you going to pick it up and run with it and be like, hey, look what Bro, this is the National Football League. They make billions of dollars every year. That was an incomplete. And they go pick it. Hey, look at me. Look what I did. Pick 6. Yeah, let's celebrate. Bro. These players are funny as hell. They are so funny. You know good and well they hit the ground. And gonna shake your ass to the end zone. Like, what? Anyway, there was a penalty on Detroit as well. Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Play action. Ooh. All right. Quick dump off, Johnny Munt, for about 8 or 9. Like, you don't think we see you, bro? Well, if I use my body to cover it up enough, maybe it will be fine. Oh my God, the Saints are up 41-17. It's so over for the Falcons. They're done. And the Jacksonville Jaguars legit might not make the playoffs. They are down. The Titans, they have the ball on 3rd and 11. They're up 28-20 with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. So, assuming they get a stop here, Jacksonville, this is their season. They got to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Vikings get the QB sneak for a 1st down. This game, how much time we got left? 6 minutes, 21 seconds. It's going to be 1st and 10, 5 seconds on the play clock. Play action. And he's forced to get it outside. That's a low ball. Johnny Munt can't pick it up. Northeast or any black shirt gang says, I'm in the middle of the movies watching your stream. What movie you watching? Are you that guy that's in the theater with the volume up, causing a disturbance? You got doubles, left and right. Ty Chandler, no gain. All right. Mark says CJ Stroud pick looking good. It is. That man's a beast. Good for the Texans, man. Legit. They're going to go to the playoffs. What a great year for DeMeco Ryans, first-year head coach. And so we've got 3 seconds on the play clock. 3rd and 9. They get it off just in time. Pressure's coming. Throws it. And that's a good catch. That's a good catch. They're probably going to review it, but that's going to be a catch and a 1st down. Johnny Munt got up and threw his body across. First and 10. Seems to be a stoppage in play here. Oh, there's a challenge. I guess Dan Campbell's going to challenge this. I think that's a good catch. Watching it in real time, I think Johnny Munt got that. He controlled it. It was close. Here's the replay right here. That's it. Oh. Okay. He had control of it. He did. I mean, I still think that's a catch. I mean, his elbow hit the ground. He still had control. But then again, I don't know what the hell a catch is anymore. I would say that's a catch. All right, look at it again. The football move there, I would argue, is him twisting his body around on his elbow. So, yes, he did toggle the ball from his right hand to his left hand. I think that's a catch. I think because it's about making a football move. I think he made the football move with his elbow. I think it's a catch. With the refs, we'll see. It's being challenged. Because they've added so many layers to what a catch is, it's just anything will have you second guessing yourself. But call stands. It's a catch. All right. We called it. Down 10 with 4 minutes, 40 seconds left. And it's going to be 1st and 10. First and 10, Nick Mullins. Play action. Woo! Dumps it off to Ty Chandler inside. Gets about 5 there. Yeah, Nick Mullins is having his best game of the season. Play action. Throws it deep. Oh, over the middle. Justin Jefferson, why is he still playing? Why? Why? Hey. All right. I mean, that's really an off-target throw. Barely. But like you look at how Jefferson had to stretch his back to get that in reverse. You just don't want to see this stuff, man. Just get him out the game. It's no point. 3.5 minutes left. You got trips right, play action, bootleg. The thing is, when they do the bootlegs and there's pressure in Mullins' face, he does panic. He doesn't get set and then throw it. He panics and then throws it off his back foot in reverse direction, and it always goes low in those situations. Second and 10. Throws it out wide right, Brandon Powell. It's incomplete. Good coverage. And that's Branch. I mean, it's a good player for them. Third and 10. Obviously, you're going to go for it on 4th down if you don't get it. I mean, there's the interception. We talked about how this is his best game of the season, no turnovers, and there's the turnover. There it is. He did have pressure in his face, but he forced it, and there it was. So that will do it. I mean, we'll see this game through. Last live stream of the season. Of course we are. I mean, they brought on the blitz. Of course, Melifonwu is the guy that gets the hands, his whole body up in Nick Mullins' face. And that dude's nice, man. Every time they make a big play, or every other time Detroit makes a big play defensively, It's that safety Melifonwu. He's always got his fingerprints on those plays. He's a good player, man. So after the turnover, you got the handoff to Jahmyr Gibbs, and that's going to be Khyiris Tonga with the tackle in the backfield. Man, Sean says, there it is. At some point, the mushrooms will show up in the spaghetti. You just got to wait for it. That is the Nick Mullins turnover. Yep. He's not a bad backup. I don't think Dobbs is a bad backup. Maybe Jaron Hall could be a good backup. I don't know. But quarterback, that's going to be the thing. You want to bring back Kirk Cousins? Fine. But you got to draft somebody. Damn it. Got 2nd and 13. Pitch out Gibbs. And he gets about a yard. Woo-wee! All right. So, Falcons, obviously, that's done. 10th pick you're looking at. So now, there's 2 games that the Vikings are going to be looking at for a better draft spot. That's Chicago. Chicago needs to have an upset over Green Bay. And Vegas needs to beat the Denver Broncos, which, I mean, I think they're going with, what's his name? Jarrett Stidham over in Denver. So hopefully that should bode well for the Vikings to get the 10th pick in the draft. Justin Shipman says, thanks for the streams this season, man. Absolutely. This was very important for me to do this year. Every single game live stream. We're going to do it again next season. This is going to be a regular part of this channel. I've had a blast with you guys. We're going to, as the Vikings take their final timeout. Meanwhile, oh my God, final score, Tennessee over Jacksonville, 28-20. The Jaguars did not make the playoffs. Tough sledding there. Oh, that sucks. SR619 local, guessing you're a San Diego guy, says chug that IPA. I got to be a parent. If I chug it, I'll be acting a fool. Can't do that. God, San Diego. I miss it there, man. They're going to punt it. Detroit. And it's going to be I don't know, but there's a lot of fighting that just happened that drew a flag just now. So Megatron says, we would know about Hall. They pulled him way too early. We need better O-line protection. Yes to all of that. Couldn't agree more. But I think his confidence is shot. I think it's done. T Money says Hall looked like he was playing while concussed. He missed a lot of open receivers. I mean, listen, he looked bad. I'm not saying he didn't, but I'm just saying, considering how long that you allowed Dobbs and Mullins to bleep the bed, to give Hall a half, a rookie player a half, is crazy to me. Anyway. Oh boy, wow. So the Jags got eliminated on 4th down with just a bad throw by Trevor Lawrence. That's tough. Dylan Richardson says, been awesome this season, Randy. Here's to the next. Appreciate everybody, including you, Dylan. Thanks for being part of this, man. I recognize your name. I see your name every week. Yeah, I'm kind of going back and forth on live streaming during the draft. I might. We'll see. We'll do the post-game vid after this, as we always do. 2nd and 5. Mullins throws it to Wisconsin. Okay. Well, 3rd and 5. Oh, what you gonna do when they come for you? Nobody now taking no breaks. The 9th pick taking no breaks. Nick A says, Randy, thanks for all the laughs. KFC or Popeyes? Popeyes. And it's not even close. Their chicken's better, as Nick Mullins throws his 2nd pick. I mean, Jaron Hall sucks. Jaron Hall's not good. Jaron Hall can't get it done. Nick Mullins is so much better. Popeyes is better. Nick A. Chicken's better. Sides are better. The red beans and rice might be the best side dish in all of fast foods. CL said I got one more in me. That's the Vince Carter meme. I got one more in me. Oh, Jesus. Oh. All right, man. This is... Where are we at? We got 2 minutes left. Now I'm finishing this. I'm finishing this season. I'm finishing this live stream until the game is over, like Bill Burr in Philadelphia, damn it. I'm finishing this live stream. Come hell or high water. Oh! Oh! Whew. Okay. Okay. Megatron and Colossus says at least Hall wasn't throwing picks. It's bad. Get rid of Mullins. Okay, I'm back. I'm back, guys. I'm back. I'm done joking. All right, no, I'm back. I'm back for real this time. Yeah, you know, if we analyze that play like everyone else, it's actually, this is why he gives his team the best chance to win. This is... Oh, child. KCO says, Nick, the dead duck wannabe gunslinger Mullins. He does throw ducks up in the air. I will say that. And KOC, knowing that, I mean, you benched him for a reason for the Green Bay game. And then you gave Hall a whole half before saying, nah, fam. And here we go with Nick Mullins again, which, I mean, I don't care. Get a better draft pick. That's the only thing that helps you at this point. Luckily, this isn't a must-win game. I mean, even if you get to the playoffs, you'll be one and done. This is just not a good football team. And they have some soul searching to do. But this is honestly, I think this is the most calm I've been the whole season. Just, all right. Yep. Nick Mullins, back-to-back possessions, ending in interceptions. Yeah, that happened. Ah! Life goes on. Hey, yay, yay. And so we'll get back on here. And wait. Asta says there's peace in finality. I do feel peace right now. I'm feeling just fine. Pass off to Josh Reynolds out left. Megatron KOC is delusional, thinking we was going win with Mullins throwing hot pockets in the air. I'm not talking about KOC anymore, man. I've said all I've needed to say. I'm not going to just recycle content for the sake of content to bring this great man down, who clearly is a great leader. I don't know what else there is to really say about him. I know they were trying to win this game, and if you want coverage on like how they messed up this game, I mean, I don't really know if I have it in me to break it down. They're just a bad football team. They are. I shot you 99. Fans want to lose, but then complain about losing, then want KOC fired for losing. Makes no sense. Well, you won't find that here with me, because I'm all about Team Tank right now. And I'm not up in arms. I'm not full of rage talking about KOC. How could you do this? You should have won this game. It's over. I knew coming into this game that it was over. But this is good. I mean, whatever. And this will end it. Yep. You got teams walking out onto the field, about to shake hands. Final score 30-20. Final post-game vid of the season coming up. Thank you, everybody, for joining the live stream over this season. All 17 games, we did it. It will remain part of this channel's. What is wrong with me? Am I drunk? Part of this channel, damn it. Post-game vid coming up.